Hello and good evening, traders. We are on the evening of 21st of June 2022. This is 54 minutes past 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And we are looking at the daily 75-minute time frame charts of the Nifty near month futures. We had a pretty decent bounce back in today's trade, though towards the end, both the indices, Nifty and BankNifty, slipped from its intraday highs. But still, nevertheless, after the recent sell-off, after the recent breakdown, much needed bounce back. Now this bounce back is a bit of a surprise because the index till yesterday was essentially consolidating last Thursday's breakdown. And there was no as such signs of any kind of divergence or any kinds of evidence that it's going to give us a bounce. So at least the way I look at charts, I did not see any such strong signs that we can expect a bounce. We can, in fact, we were looking at a prospective breakout of this zone in either direction, and the direction this time happened on the upside with today's move. But it's the momentum with which it extended for most of the day's trade, which is, I think, more of a surprise than the breakout in itself. Thanks to this move, the short-term trend has reversed on the upside. This is a good thing because we've been in a downtrend for quite a bit. We went into a downtrend somewhere here, and throughout this fall, the trend had stayed down. And after a long time, we have a proper short-term trend reversal. Now, the most important thing from the bull's point of view is to sustain today's gain and not give away significant part of today's up move. The index is definitely dealing with resistances. We can clearly see that this is where the previous congestion lies. You can see that over here on the daily time frame, I've drawn the volume profile from this high to this low. And majority of the volumes align at this zone, 15,700, 15,800, and somewhere here 16,400, where lies the point of control. In between there is a falling gap, which means that the index needs to deal with a fair bit of resistances going forward. It's probably not going to be easy, but that's all right, as long as it doesn't give away too much of the recent gains. And give away too much of the recent gains means essentially this is the bounce back. So a 50% bare minimum, right? So it comes to around 15,550, 560, that kind of level. So if we drop a volume profile, and let's say we want to check from this lowest point to today's highest point, the last bar, then we would see that the point of control is somewhere here, which is not a surprise because most of the candlesticks are here, most of the bars are here. So this does not mean that 15,320 is a strong support. I'm sorry, that does not mean. If we take a closer look at the volume profile of today's price move, particularly today's price move, that is this bar to this bar, then you would notice that through the move, it was in this zone where we can see a bit of volumes, and that aligns at 15,560, 66, 15,600. So very clearly 15,550, 15,600. If this zone holds for the next couple of trading sessions, then we should brace ourselves for further upsides. If this holds, then the momentum of this of this trend reversal holds, and if the momentum holds, then the chances of a retest of these resistances 15,800 further upside holds, or else it becomes difficult. It becomes difficult because it will be easier to become difficult because the overall trend, the sentiment, everything is still on the downside. From the higher time frames, there's still pressure. It's not going to be a cakewalk for the index. So no point jumping on our seats that this is the reversal. It's too early to comment on that. If you follow basic fractals, then at least we need one more bar. That's tomorrow's bar. If it holds above today's low and yesterday's low, then yeah, in terms of fractal Bill Williams fractal concepts, we can say 15,200 seems like a decent short-term bottom. So for the Nifty, 15,700, 800 range on the upside and 15,550, 600 on the downside. For the Bank Nifty, if you take a look at it, the Bank Nifty's last 75-minute fall was quite a bit sharper than that of Nifty. Clearly, the index faced resistance from this zone, and if we drop a similar kind of a volume profile of just today's trade, then we can see that most of the volumes 33,190, so 33,200, 33,150, 200. That's the support that Bank Nifty should hold. It's a pretty longish, wide range bar. I can see very clearly range expansion on my short-term average true range. So 33,600 on the upside, very clear resistances, and today's low, or I'm sorry, the last bar's low, which is close to 33,180. So 33,100, 200. If you want to give it some little more scope, room, you can use a round figure 33,000. So the trend over here has also reversed up. Good news, but it has fallen quite a bit from its intraday highs, which is very clear from this daily chart. But nevertheless, a good attempt. And $1 million question now is what's in store for us in the next couple of trading sessions. The disappointing part will be if the index, Nifty, Bank Nifty, or both, slips below today's low. Because after a long time, we have on a day-to-day basis, we have a series of higher highs, higher lows for the Bank Nifty for 2 days now, for Nifty for 1 day. So some bit of short-term positivity seems to be creeping back. Whether it's strong enough to hold and extend, that we need to see. However, when I take a look at charts of these large cap stocks like a Reliance Industries or a Maruti or an HDFC Bank, they are at a juncture where from here on they can deliver a little bit. We spoke about Infosys in my yesterday's video, and it delivered beautifully in just 2 days. This is a typical short-term reversion to mean in a downtrending market, what Infosys has done over the last 2 days. And so similar kind of a behavior can come in from a Reliance, Sun Pharma, Maruti as well. Maybe Bharti Airtel can also try and pitch in a little bit. So there's scope of a little bit upsides from these stocks as well. So with that thought, from a short-term strategy point of view, I'll be looking for primarily long trades going tomorrow, long intraday trades, unless proven wrong completely at the very beginning of the day. Global markets right now, as I record this video at 2 minutes past 7 p.m. Indian time, we are looking at a flattish SGX. It's at 15,619. And US market seems to be fine. We have the Dow Jones trading here, which is 430 points up, around 1.5%, which is to an index which is giving us a short-term bounce back. We can see a nice positive classical divergence and some bit of reversion to mean. This is clearly a reversion to mean play which will take the index close to that 30,800, 31,000. So reversion to mean is what is playing out on the equity markets. I think it's worldwide. And so with that in mind, we can continue on a short-term time frame, a little bullish bias, but careful, cautiously bullish, because we should not forget what kind of an environment the overall markets are going through. I'll quickly remind you that the hashtag 111 has got started, introduced from today. I had a decent day. If you had already filled up the form, which is there in the description box, please make sure you fill up your WhatsApp number. That's where you're going to get a link to the Telegram channel. And yes, it's going to run free till the 30th of this month. If you're already there, do feel free to share your thoughts and suggestions. I need them to make sure that this kind of a product or this kind of a service is meaningful for both me as well as the end user. Thank you. I hope you had a good day. Take care of yourselves, trade well and trade wise.